Say 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sometimes you should.
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm Mike,
Hello, I'm Lynn.
and this is Hello Mansfield. All right.
Hello, Mansfield. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Mike, and we are happy to be here today on this great Wednesday. And it's always good to say hello, Mansfield, because we're about the business of bringing smiles to our entire city. And to those who are watching, you need to know that there are great things taking place in our city. Isn't that right, Lynn?
It's so right. It's so right, Mike. What's going on this week? What's happening?
You know what? We've been in groundbreakings. Of course, we know about Staybolt and all of that, the new stadium complex that's coming to town that we are building here, and our partnership with FC Dallas and the Texas Rangers and all of that good stuff. Mansfield, it's happening in Mansfield.
I really liked the hats when we did the groundbreaking there at the Staybolt, right?
Well, yeah.
The hats were really fancy.
Yeah, you know, they're not quite as fancy as
No,
these.
they're not as fancy as
These hats, but
the fire hats that we get to wear sometimes.
yeah.
You
So
know.
I'm like Fire Marshal Bill, you know, every now and then, but it's all good. So again, we look forward to our day. Who do we have on tap for today?
Oh my goodness, we got Chef Derek here with Meehan
Meehan's.
Steakhouse.
All right.
And we have Denise,
Of
our
course.
lactation consultant here.
That's gonna
We're
be
going to
interesting.
have
We got-
Sebastian. I think we're going to have Sebastian today with Second Chance Dog Rescue.
all right.
And we've got the Mansfield Pulse. And of course, don't forget about Jonathan.
Yeah,
and
the Tech Talk guy. So
Yeah, lots going on today.
So stay with us, stick with us, and let's get your morning off to a great start. And it'll be rolling after this break. So come on back.
Come
We're gonna
back
have a great
and see
time.
us.
Hello,
Yeah.
Mansfield. Are you looking to navigate technology with confidence? Are you exposed to unnecessary risks? Technology shouldn't be this hard. At TaylorMade Tech, we understand the unique challenges businesses face. Our tech advisors specialize in working closely with you. With TaylorMade, you'll have the support you need from implementation to ongoing maintenance. Contact TaylorMade Tech Advisors today for a free technology audit and discover the difference TaylorMade solutions can make for you.
Welcome to Ancora Event Center, Mansfield's premier event venue. Create unforgettable memories at weddings and celebrations. Host seamless corporate events in our state-of-the-art facilities. Celebrate birthdays in style with our custom party packages. Enjoy our manicured outdoor spaces for any occasion. Our dedicated team ensures every detail is perfect. Visit AncoraEventCenter.com or call 817-779-4405. Ancora Event Center. Let's celebrate.
Perhaps more protracted by the lights of perverted sorrow.
The quality of the food, the service, the ambiance is all part of what makes the true dining experience.
All right. Welcome back. We are happy to be here today with the chef Derek Venutolo with Me Hands. He is the chief chef, and let me tell you something. They serve up some good food at Me Hands. So we're excited about our conversation on today. Thank you for being on the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, you guys. Glad to be here.
So great to have you. Can you tell us what inspired you to become a chef? Where did you get that bug? What kind of set your
So I've got to be honest, I think that bug came from my mom. So
Okay.
I grew up in a small town in the called the Grand Oregon. It was a smaller town, a lot of farmland around, so it was a lot of hunting and gathering involved in our childhood. And
Okay.
you know, as a young boy, I was the youngest in my family, so I was in the kitchen a lot with my mom when my dad and my older brother would go out and hunt and fish. And so my mom would take me in the kitchen as a young man, and we would bake. And I just remember that as a young kid, probably 4 or 5 years old, baking pies and cookies. And
Oh yeah.
what kid doesn't want to be the first one to eat a little raw cookie dough or get a
The
taste,
cookie dough.
taste the
Oh,
cake batter? And
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so that was one way my mom kept me happy, and I think that kind of resonated with me as I got older. I didn't realize it at the time, right? You know,
Yeah.
but as I got older, it's kind of carried with me, and I was fortunate enough to live close to home when I went to elementary school, and so I was able to go home to have lunch. And 5th, 6th grade, I
You
started.
had it really good. man.
Well,
You did, you did.
Some kids don't like that. Let's be honest. So
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be able to go home, and I would make myself a sandwich, but I would think, how would my mom make this sandwich? I would take the time to slice the tomatoes thin and
Oh, God.
slice the cheese
I
thin. But
wonder-
I envisioned myself making this sandwich for somebody else,
Yeah.
not so much for me. And I think that is just kind of instilled in me. I call it hospitality from the heart, and just really caring and loving what I do and making other people happy with food. So it's just kind of,
it sounds
that's
like
where I got my start, I think.
it sounds like even from a young age, it was the artistry, even in making a sandwich.
I think it was the
that-
artistry, and then also just being able to give something to someone that you made that makes them happy and they can enjoy
Artist.
what you've created.
Artists.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You're
Wonderful.
an artist. Presentation is important to me as well. I get teased about it all the time. But I like the different colors on the plate and all that kind of stuff.
I think presentation, people eat with their eyes. You know,
Yes.
for me,
See, I knew it was something to it.
So, well, actually, the digestion starts when you visualize the food, you smell the food.
really?
So before you even put it in your mouth, it's
I never
starting
got
the
that
digestion.
cerebral with my food, but now the next time I look at my sandwich, I'll think about it.
yeah,
Right.
you think about it for a split second before you inhale.
Yeah, but before I eat it all up, I'll think
If you
about
eat
it.
like me, I eat as fast as I can because I got to get back to work. So,
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
People always laugh
Oh,
because
that's,
I eat
that's
fast.
so funny.
Okay.
That's so
So
funny.
talk a little bit about it started with mom. So let's talk about your educational experience and how you became the award-winning chef that you are.
Sure. So I ended up going to community college for business, and I had some friends who had joined the culinary program in Portland, Oregon. So I decided, I always had kind of loved cooking. I think it's a good idea for me to go to culinary school, get a degree, get a nice job, and go back to college. Well, I got the culinary degree, but unfortunately I was just really good at what I did, and I loved it. And I just kind of
Good thing.
found a spot where I could work my way from ground up. And, it's not glamorous. I started as, dishwasher, making salads, prep
Start
work,
from
and
somewhere.
you work your way up from the bottom. And I'm kind of that story. I just got in there and learned what I could and took advantage of downtime by asking other people what to do. And, hard work pays off. So I was
Yes,
able to
yes,
kind of hone
yes.
those skills, and had some great chefs that I worked for, some good mentors. I mean, I tell my sous chef nowadays, if you don't go home and complain to your wife about me a couple times a week, I'm not doing my job. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm not pushing you hard enough to be
All right.
great at what you do. And I was lucky enough to have a few chefs that pushed me hard when I was young, and got some good opportunity with some companies. And here I am today to be able to,
Yes.
with Me Hands, able to really put my name on the menu.
Yeah.
So it's a nice thing to have.
that is great. I want to know, how did you get here from Portland?
good.
What was that?
Oh,
path? What
okay.
was
Well,
that
from
path
Portland,
like?
I lived in Long Beach, California for about 15 years,
Mhm.
and worked for some great companies. I worked for the Bono's family down there, King Seafood Company, and then I joined the Capitol Grill.
Mm.
And
Yes.
so that is kind of my story to get to Texas. Was I transferred with the Capitol Grill out of Costa Mesa, California,
Okay.
down to Fort Worth, where I
That's-
worked for 8.5 years before joining Tony. Mhm.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I again, personally, I'm glad that you came.
Well, listen,
from Portland to here, because I mean, you do a great job. When we
thank
come
you.
back
on the other side of the break. Talk to us a little bit about what your process, your creative process, and we'll go from there. Okay?
Absolutely.
Other
Look
side of
forward
the
to
break. All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back. Thank you all very much.
I'm Rozak. I'm one of the dispatchers at BCB Transport. BCB has been a very big part of my life. I've known about BCB and somewhat been a part of BCB since about third grade when Rick and Brian came to Career Day at Roberta Tips and taught all of us what BCB is, what it stands for. I definitely see myself being with BCB for a long time, and I can't wait to see what more I accomplish there.
In a world driven by digital, businesses need more than just a presence. They need a partner. Introducing TaylorMade Consulting Group, your digital ally. As certified Google Cloud partners, we leverage the latest technology to propel your brand forward. From concept to execution, we craft tailored solutions to elevate your brand and drive results. Ready to unlock your brand's full potential? Contact TaylorMade Consulting Group today for your free digital audit and discover the difference TaylorMade solutions can make for you.
We were a victim of the hailstorm that blew through Mansfield in June of 2023. And if you remember, that's when we had baseball-sized hail. After the storm, I reached out to Paul Duncan at Trinity Roofing. And you know what? From the first call to Paul to working with the crew leader, the scheduling department, the entire construction team, and how it played out with my insurance company, I'm glad I called Trinity Roofing and Construction.
Hello, Mansfield. We're back with Chef Derek with Me Hands.
We're going to talk a little bit now about the creative process. I mean, you know, you all have some outstanding dishes at Me Hands. So, Derek, talk to us a bit about that. What goes into that? Because you are an artist.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So there's a few things that we look at when we do a creative process. And for me, one of the biggest factors is following the season. You know, Mother Nature gives us all these beautiful ingredients. So my process and the way that I create is I kind of want Mother Nature to do her job. I want to take what she's given us, what's in season, what's at its peak, and use those ingredients and just by enhancing them. And, you know, if you've been to our restaurant, you know that we don't put a lot of sauces and cover things. We really want the ingredients to do the work. And, you know, we can do that by adding a little bit of texture, a little bit of balance of acidity and sweet, little fat, a little sweet. So we just try to play with the flavors. And again, I kind of just think that we want the ingredients to do most of the work. And I think sometimes less is more.
Okay.
And that's part of my process. And, you know, at Me Hands, we have a handful of product that we have had vendors bring in specifically for us. Other restaurants aren't using them. And one of those is our Key West pink shrimp that we feature on our shrimp cocktail. It's a shrimp that you don't see
This
widely
is so
used.
wonderful.
And it's hard to get. And, you know, with our beef program, they have tailored what they cut and how they age to what we want at Me Hands. And so they literally have hand carved that program to meet our standard.
So you've got the great ingredients, but tell us about some awards that you've won recently. I hear you're award-winning chef and restaurant.
So the most recent, we got Best Steakhouse in Arlington by Living Magazine, and then Open Table, we have the Diner's Choice Award. And so for me, these awards really mean a lot to us because it's true diners that are coming in and giving us their feedback. And, you know, that's who we want to impress. We want to impress the people who come in and dine in our establishment. And for us, their feedback is most important. And that's what we want to do every day, is for the guests to leave thinking it was the best meal they've ever had, best experience they've ever had. Good just isn't good enough.
So then, good point. You have steakhouses all over DFW. What would you say would be the Meehan experience? What makes you all different from everybody else, set apart from everybody else?
Sure. Well, I think there's a few things,
Okay.
Number one, I would say attention to detail. From the moment you pull up to valet, we have complimentary valet out front.
Okay. Experience.
So right up front, when you walk in the door, the smiles, the welcoming feel. And, I think when it comes to services, just personalizing the service and catering to each guest a little bit different. Each guest has different needs and has different styles of service. So I think to be able to learn about the guest and use that to create an experience that personalizes that for them and anticipating their every need and being ahead of what they need and not having to ask for something and just, having every team member involved on the table and not just one server or one server assistant. And culinary wise, if the dish isn't perfect, it doesn't leave the line. And so I think, it's all tied together from the time they walk in to the time they leave. And we operate as one team. And I think that's super important. And, the culture in our restaurant is important when it comes to team members and how they feel and they feel appreciated and they're genuinely happy to be at work. The guests feel that as well. And, the other thing that really separates us has the Henry Cigar Lounge, which is attached next door. And, nowhere in DFW and possibly throughout the country where you can get a high-end dining experience and then walk next door to a high-end cigar lounge and enjoy nightcap and some of the best cigars in the world. So I think, that's definitely a huge thing that we have to offer that a lot of places cannot compete with and you can get the Meehan's menu in the cigar lounge if you want. You can go down there and have the full dinner. We have a tailored down menu that if you just want to come in and have some snacks and a cigar in the lounge. So there's a lot of options there. And I think, it's the whole evening. It's an experience. It's not just dinner. You can come have dinner, then you go to the lounge and enjoy the game and the cigar.
Right.
And, and it's great. We have a lot of wives and husbands that go in there, and so we cater to all.
So you do have the sports on display.
Yeah,
right?
sports, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, especially
Wonderful.
Football season. We get a big draw. We have a lot of ex-NFL players that come in and are members at the lounge and come and watch the games with us. So.
Well, I have one final question for you. So tell me about the one dish your mom makes better than you. Is that what I hear? Your mom makes one thing better.
I think my mom.
Is it just one thing?
I think this is a fair. Argument. I think everybody can say that moms make everything taste better.
Right.
My mom's an amazing baker. So she makes huckleberry pie.
Huckleberry pie
that I can't even compete with. Her pie crust is the flakiest pie crust.
Oh my goodness.
And if you've never picked fresh huckleberries, it's a labor of love. I mean, they're tiny little berries. The plants are low. It takes you quite some time to pick enough berries to make a pie. And again, growing up in Oregon, we picked huckleberries every summer. And her huckleberry pie by far is one of the best things I've ever eaten.
And it's just fun to say, huckleberry pie.
Huckleberry pie.
Well, I think it's that movie. What's the line? I'll be your huckleberry.
I'll be your huckleberry. That's right.
Okay, listen, Chef, thank you so very much
Absolutely.
for being
Thank
on
you for
our
having
show
me.
this morning. Thank you for what you do, the smiles you bring to people
Yes.
when they sit down at that table and they eat.
And I really like that you're right here in downtown Mansfield.
Yes.
That
I can
is
just
amazing.
walk
You're
over
in
there right
Texas.
now.
That's good.
Well, that's great. We're glad to be here, and please come see us anytime.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
We'll do that. Thank you all so very much. Chef Derek, ladies and gentlemen.
Chef Derek.
We appreciate him.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
My name is Kristen Jones, and I'm your dedicated women's health nurse navigator. It is an absolute honor to walk alongside you throughout your breast health journey. Please know it is my goal to limit your fears as we work together to ensure timely diagnosis and treatment. For more information, please visit our website or give me a call. Thank you for entrusting our team with your health care. It is an absolute honor to walk alongside you in your breast health journey.
At Schultz Wealth, we're financial planners first. The clients that work best with us are those who are really seeking to understand, what it is they need to be doing today to be able to achieve the personal financial success that they're looking for in their future. Whether it's retirement, whether it's saving for college, whether it's selling a business, a super team, all highly qualified. We're all certified financial planners. So we are all designated up and ready to go, and really enjoy what we're doing.
All right, welcome back. We have a very special guest today, Denise Horge, who is a lactation consultant. Now this is a guy, a lactation consultant, and she's going to help us today. I believe all of us going to get a good education on what a lactation
And we
consultant
need it.
is.
We need
Yeah,
that.
we need it.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, you start off. Go ahead.
Well, actually, I'm going to ask you, tell us a little bit about what a lactation consultant does.
Yes, so I'm an international board certified lactation consultant, and I help families feed their babies. So I definitely see families prenatally. They'll come for prenatal education, or if maybe mom had difficulty feeding older siblings, or have had breast implants or breast reduction, higher BMIs, hypertension, diabetes, because all of these things can make breastfeeding look a little differently, not impossible, but differently. But the majority of the time, I see families postpartum. So when things are not going well,
Right.
I kind of like to think of it the zebra versus the horse. I don't see a lot of horses. I see the zebras. So their baby's not latching, baby's not gaining weight, pediatrician is concerned, parents are concerned, mom is having some pain while breastfeeding,
Right.
whatever it may be. And so that's the bulk of what I do. But I also have the opportunity to educate the community on not only the benefits, but the management of breastfeeding in an effort to normalize breastfeeding.
Well, and I have to mention that I was blessed enough when I had my first son, and the stress involved that first time feeding the baby and having someone there to educate me. Unfortunately, it was already after I gave birth, right? So you do it beforehand. How important in that is
so
that?
important. Like, so I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right? The more you know commercial,
Right.
because education
Right.
is so important.
Yeah, yes.
And then you kind of get to be able to plan as much as you can. So let's just face it, the postpartum period, it's brutal. Parents probably aren't sleeping,
Oh,
right?
no,
The
yeah.
dynamics of your family is changing. Mom can be healing herself, depending on how labor and delivery went. So there's a lot of moving pieces. And one of the things that I'm really intentional about my company and my business is creating that community. So my husband and I, we have 2 children that were born here in Texas, and we had really, really great community or support, but they flew in. All of our family is not
flew in,
yes.
right?
And so A, everyone doesn't have that luxury, and B, why not build a community right here where we live, where we pay taxes, where our children go to school, where we work. And that's really what I want to do with Mother's Magical Milk.
I love it. So help me to understand, how did this start, the origin of it for yourself? Because I believe you're a trained engineer, right?
I am. So,
Okay,
I wouldn't call it a direct path.
All right.
So I'm an engineer by trade. I've spent 18 years in corporate America, manufacturing, program management, did all the things, had the corner office. I lived overseas on someone else's dime, traveled the globe extensively through Europe and Asia in my program management and engineering experiences. And then I had my first child.
Yeah.
And so becoming a parent, as you know, it really changes your perspective.
Yes.
And so my daughter came a little early. She came at 31 weeks gestation. She spent 6 weeks in the NICU. And we really had a good experience. She just needed a little bit more time to mature. I remember signing a waiver basically stating if I couldn't produce enough breast milk, they were going to give her donor milk. And I was like, what is donor
this?
milk? Yes. Never heard of it.
I learned about that here recently with my granddaughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it was at that point that I was like, this breast milk stuff is pretty interesting. It's pretty important.
It is very important.
Very important. And so I remember getting into, I would say, a fellowship conversation with the NICU doctors about giving her formula because they wanted to give her formula so that she would gain weight and they could discharge her.
Right.
But there was no reason for, she wasn't cattle. We didn't feel like we needed to rush her weight growth at this point. And so I think that was the spark that kind of set things off in the lactation world. Fast forward to 2020, the pandemic came and public health was really on a spotlight.
Right.
And being an engineer, I had never really, I mean, I watched the movie Contagion. Okay, got it. But never really delve into much in public health.
All right.
And it really came abundantly clear to me the importance of human milk, not just the bonding experience, not just the milk for a baby, but the long-term effects. So a woman who breastfeeds has protections over certain cancers, gynecological and breast cancers, hypertension, diabetes, and other things in life, which we don't talk about and we don't, educate on that back end of these benefits that we get.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Interesting. What are some of the myths regarding breastfeeding?
So some of the myths are going to make the baby clingy. So everyone say with me together, you cannot spoil a baby.
You cannot spoil a baby.
Don't
It
you
is
want
a
this
baby.
baby to be clingy?
We
Babies need to
Again,
be
I'm a
nurtured.
grandparent.
Yes.
I want my kids clingy.
Clingy.
It's
I like to
agreed.
spoil them.
You like to spoil them. And
Yeah.
it's not so much spoiling, it's just biological norms. So I
Right.
had the opportunity to speak at Career Day at my children's school. And so I talked to the little kids about mothers and babies and how they feed. So when horses are born, the baby horse starts walking right away, right? Humans aren't like that. We don't get up and start walking. We need to be held close.
Yeah.
Our milk is easily digestible. So that baby is waking up, letting us know that they're hungry,
Right.
they're comforted. And so these are the things that are biologically designed to occur in humans, and we need to nurture that. We've gotten away from that a little bit.
I love your passion. I love your passion and Chef Derek's passion with his food. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today. We're going to have you come on again.
I would love to.
And I just love to hear that you do take insurance. There are paths to get the help that you offer.
Yes, yes.
And guys, you can have these conversations. I just want to. You saw I was
Right. You did so good.
So it's okay. Get a lactation consultant, fellows. You can. It'll help your family.
Mother's
All right.
Magical Milk.
Yes.
So we'll be right back after these messages.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
In commercial real estate, a flawed title process can lead to costly legal issues and delays. At Yellowstone Title Company, we uphold traditional Texas values with honesty, integrity, and hard work in every transaction. With over 50 years of experience, our team ensures your investments are protected with precision care. Trust Yellowstone Title Company. Rooted in Texas values, delivering modern solutions. Visit YellowstoneTitle.us today.
All of the therapies that we have here boost our body's ability to repair damage within itself or to heal itself. Normatec, for example, well, they're really great after a hard workout.
The most sought after equipment, which is the cryo machine. It's full body cryo. You completely step in it, head, shoulders, entire body is getting it.
The red light therapy helps with regenerating and re-energizing.
So I'd like to invite you to the lounge to experience our cutting edge science-backed therapies.
Hello, Mansfield. Jonathan Taylor here, your tailor-made technology advisor. And today we're going to pick up on a conversation we started last week. We had 2 viewers that wrote in some questions about TikTok and algorithms. And I want to get down to the core of what their questions really were about, which is cybersecurity, right? And so cybersecurity is a big thing that we all have to be mindful of. And so the definition of cybersecurity is basically a set of technologies, practices, and policies that protect people, devices, and data from cyber threats. Now, these cyber threats can include ransomware, phishing scams, data theft, and other malware that can be on your computer. And so in this interconnected world where we're communicating all over the world with each other, everybody wants to be safe and avoid being that victim of cybercrime, right? And so we all have that same burning question. What can I do to stay protected online? Well, I'm going to give you a couple tips of what you can do. First thing you can do is always be mindful of your passwords, right? Make sure that you've got a password with uppercase, lowercase, and some special characters. You can even do a passphrase or a sentence. For example, I like to watch Hello Mansfield on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. That would be a very good password. You know, the more complex the password is, the harder it will be for cyber criminals to hack it and break into your information. And so we want to make it as complex and as hard as we can, but at the same time, we don't want to forget the thing. So it's always good to have some type of password manager or write it down and keep it in a safe or somewhere safe to where people can't just pick it up and find it and go to it. The second thing that you can do is enable 2-factor authentication. So let's say somebody does get your password. This 2-step authentication will send you a code to your cell phone or to an email through an app or something to where you can verify that it is you signing into that device. And so you want to make sure that you set these up on every single account that has it available, your bank accounts, your credit reports, any emails that you have. Just stay safe that way. The third thing you can do is really be cautious of those phishing scams. We all get those emails, somebody overseas, you won $1 million or click this link, right? Be careful about those emails. Make sure that they are from verified people that you know. And if you have any suspicion about it, just pick up the phone and give them a call and say, hey, are you trying to send me something? It's better to be safe than to be sorry. The fourth thing you can do is make sure that you keep your devices and the updates on that device new. And so the cyber criminals have been hacking on old devices for a while now. So if you've got an old cell phone or an old computer, I'm pretty sure they mastered how to get your information off of that. So you definitely want to update that device and then make sure that you're getting the new software updates that they push out. Sometimes those contain serious and helpful patches, security patches that help protect you. The final, well, I won't say the final thing, but another thing that you can do is make sure that you're using a secure network, right? We all been to McDonald's and had to connect, or been at a hotel and had to connect. Well, definitely try not to do that. But if you have to, they have these things called virtual private networks. You want to make sure that you try to use one of those just to add another layer of security. Now, virtual private network, you can purchase these online. They're about $100 a year, very inexpensive when you look at some of the things that can happen if they do break into your bank account. Most importantly, review your accounts regularly. Check your bank statements, check your credit card statements, check all of your accounts regularly for suspicious activity. That is going to be your first step to identifying potential threats. And so in today's digital age, practicing good cybersecurity is basically a no-brainer, right? And we all got to make sure that we're doing what we can on our side to stop swiper from swiping, right? And so Mansfield, stay vigilant, stay informed, and surf the internet securely. If you have a tech topic you would like to discuss, or if you would like to be a tech guest, feel free to email us at techtalk@hellomansfield.com. This has been your Tech Talk with TaylorMade. See you next time.
Dear Dad, thank you for always being there for me no matter what. You've taken care of me and given me everything a daughter could ever want. You mean the world to me. Which is why I want you to promise that you're taking care of yourself. For you and for me. I love you, Dad.
When families break apart, it's the children who feel it the most. For over 20 years, Harris Cook Law has been dedicated to handling divorce, child custody, child support, and spousal support cases. We know that the welfare of your children is your top priority. It's ours, too. At Harris Cook Law, we work tirelessly to protect your family's future and bring peace to your children's lives. Harris Cook Law. Experience, compassion, results. Call us today.
I'm Ashley Fuller, and I'm the owner of Fuller Land Surveying here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm sitting here with my friend JD with Dela Berry Realty, and we're going to talk to you today about why realtors should choose their surveyor and why it's important to develop those relationships.
You know, the other day we were in a sticky situation and we needed a survey. It needed to be done at a, a very short timeline. And somebody was like, call Fuller, give them a shout, see how fast they can turn it around. It's like, oh my gosh, you saved the day.
Shine Dance Fitness is a nationally accredited dance fitness format with instructors all over the globe. The choreography is based in jazz, ballet, and hip hop, and always set to the most current and popular music that we're listening to. Shine is perfect for all fitness levels and danceable at ease. Uplift Strength Fitness, also by Shine Dance Fitness, uses hand weights, fitness bands, and a small exercise ball. Visit our website at www.sdfsouthdfw.com.
We specialize more in the insurance claims. So when you have storm damage that comes through, obviously hail, wind, tornadoes, we come out, we take a look at everything on the roof. There's a lot more that can get damaged than just the roof. There's gutters, there's windows, there's fence, there's decks. Come with Viridian Roofing and Construction. We've been in the industry for over 35 years. I'm the owner. When you call us, you get to deal directly with me. We come out and do a free property inspection and evaluation, and we're going to get out to see you very quickly.
Okay.
Welcome back, Mansfield. So, Mike, what are you going to do for Labor Day? Can you believe it's already Labor Day?
No, I can't. I mean, summertime has gone by. I mean, what a summer. My God. I mean, it's like summer on roller skates or something. It's gone really fast. And of course, Labor Day, we're supposed to all pretty well take it easy.
Well, we're supposed to take it easy. Did you take it easy this summer?
No, God, no. No.
I did not take it easy
No.
as well. Do you know anything about Labor Day?
Do I know anything about Labor Day? Well, let's see.
I was like, Mike knows all of the things. Why don't you enlighten us?
It's the first national holiday that was instated in 1894.
Okay.
Because, of course, factory workers and people in the textile industry in particular, they would work really just around the clock. I mean,
right.
Forget 40-hour work days. They didn't have anything like that. They just kept on working.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
folks needed a day off. And, the hope is that people take advantage of it. I mean, this is from the 19th century on up to now, but we're always on, though.
Are you going to take advantage of it? Are you going to take some time for relaxation?
I'm a type A, so relaxation for me is doing something. I mean, I mean, in my mind, life is so short, and I want to squeeze as much out of it as I can.
I get
while
that.
I can.
I get that, but I'm a yoga teacher.
Yes.
I'm a mindfulness teacher,
Yes,
and
yes.
I have to advocate for taking a day, taking some time, because it's about balance. And
That's
when we
true.
work, we feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And so taking time for mindfulness or just spending with your family. Maybe I know we'll talk about cooking out or something like that. And then my husband's like, well, but I work the whole day. What about me? What about dad? So just taking that time.
Dad relaxed by putting some steaks on the grill.
Dad relaxed. And then
Yeah.
he gets really into the cooking and the presentation. He's
But
always
that's relaxation.
right. It is.
I love prayer. I love meditation. I love spending time with my grandkids now. I
Your
can say that.
grandkids.
Yeah, for me that's cool. And we had Chef Derek here with us
did.
today. I love cooking myself.
Do
So
you?
yeah, so I'll dabble in
I
Do a little
used
something,
to
something.
I used to love cooking.
You used to
I
love.
did. I used to love cooking and spending time in the kitchen and baking.
Oh.
But you know, I'm not really about it anymore. I've kind of had a shift.
Are you're going through a new season?
Yes, and my husband has taken over the
Oh.
cooking, and he
Is he baking too?
no, he doesn't bake, but he fusses. You know, he fusses in the kitchen. So, and I'm not about that.
Well, we'll go to Meehan's and get something.
That's
good.
right.
Yeah.
I'm about
Yeah,
that.
we'll
I
make
am a
that
fan.
happen.
I'm a fan of Chef
It's good
Derek for
baking
sure,
stuff.
and Tony Meehan for creating such a great place for us all to go
Make
to.
it happen.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you know a little bit about Labor Day. It started in
Little bit.
1894. Okay,
Yeah,
we got
there you
that part down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a break at this time. We'll see you on the other side.
Everyone needs that one person, someone you can talk to, laugh with, and share the most important details of your life. And today, finding that person is easier than ever. There's no swiping left or right involved. At Texas Health Hospital Mansfield, our physicians are easy to find and ready to make a connection.
I enjoy building a relationship with the patient from the moment I see them, getting to know me as a person more than just a physician.
So at Viridian Property Solutions, our goal is to get you, the homeowner, the most amount of money possible for your damages. I'm the owner of Viridian Property Solutions, and we are public adjusters in the Mansfield area. We've been in the insurance business for 15 years doing property assessments. So when it comes down to getting the right estimate amount submitted to your insurance company, that's where a good public adjuster is going to come in and really be on your side.
So hello, my name is Denise Hort. I'm a lactation consultant, and I'm working very hard to break down the barriers to breastfeeding success. We normalize breastfeeding. We support families prenatally, but the majority of the time in their postpartum chapter. We accept United Healthcare, Aetna, some Blue Cross Blue Shield plans through the Lactation Network. We also accept TRICARE and, of course, self-pay clients. I definitely encourage individuals to go to my website to book. That's the easiest way. We would love to be able to have the opportunity to support your family during this season.
I get asked a lot, why Andy Mack? My husband's name is Mack, and my nickname was Andy Mack. We love downtown. We've been here 6 years, and I love candy. We have over 1,600 different types of candy. We have everything from the old school bazooka gum. We do special things like we custom make baskets. We carry Wild Bill Sodas, which is a veteran-owned, veteran-run company. You can find us online at AndyMackCandyShack.com. Be sure and come see us down at Andy Mack Candy Shack.
Our light is red.
Oh. Hello, Mansfield. Welcome to the Mansfield Pulse. I'm Steve Casillo,
And I'm-
host of the About Mansfield podcast, and you are?
I'm Joe Jenkins, founder of the Mansfield Business Alliance and owner of Joe Jenkins Insurance in beautiful downtown Mansfield.
And
here are the stories and events we're covering this week. The Texas Association of School Boards announced on Monday the finalist for its annual Superintendent of the Year award. The Mansfield ISD's Dr. Kimberly Cantu is among the top 5. A committee of school board members selected the finalists after interviewing 18 regional nominees. The candidates were judged on their work in improving student outcomes, fiscal management, advocacy, and commitment to innovation and education. Dr. Cantu expressed her gratitude, saying she's proud to represent Mansfield ISD and showcase the excellence of its students, teachers, and staff. Their winner will be announced on Saturday, September 28th at the TASB convention in San Antonio. For more details, visit the Texas Association of School Board website at tasb.org.
You know, Joe, what seemed to be the start of a typical school year, the Cannons took their kids to meet the teacher night at Norwood Elementary School. Their son was expected to meet his kindergarten teacher, set up his desk, drop off his school supplies. Just 1 week after their son's first day of school, the Cannons received an unexpected call from the school principal. Overcrowding in the kindergarten class meant their son would be transferred to another campus with just 2 days' notice. Their son was sent home with the same school supplies that he had brought to school. The father, Jesse Cannon II, voiced concerns about the impact on his young son's sense of belonging and the fact that his son's newly assigned school, Spencer Elementary, is 8 miles away in Grand Prairie, while Norwood Elementary is just 6 minutes from the Cannon's home. Mr. Cannon questioned the lack of communication and transparency from the district, especially regarding transportation and the potential separation of his kids. Mansfield ISD responded stating 13 students were transferred out of Norwood Elementary to maintain the state's mandated student-to-teacher ratio of 22-1. The district assured parents that transportation and before and after school programs would be provided for those affected. Mr. Cannon is a former student of Mansfield ISD, and he plans to continue advocating for his children and other families facing similar situations. He hopes to address the district's transfer process at the next school board meeting, emphasizing the need for better communication and planning as the area experiences rapid growth.
Steve, let's keep talking about the schools. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right. Mansfield ISD touts the district graduates leave high school life career and college ready. The district's Made in Mansfield alumni are achieving incredible things, from winning industry awards to earning Olympic medals. If you know a Made in Mansfield alum who has achieved great things in life, the district wants to hear about them and has created an online forum for you to post about their after graduation journey. Your story may be shaped on social media, the district website, district magazine, or other MISD communication outlets. To find the online forum, head to Google and type in the keywords Mansfield ISD, Made in Mansfield.
And just like we've mentioned before, if you're going to use Google, Mansfield ISD, and then put the Made in Mansfield in quotes, you'll find it. In a move, this is something that we don't want to see in the rearview mirror, especially this weekend. In a move to combat impaired driving ahead of this Labor Day weekend, the Mansfield Police Department is teaming up with Mothers Against Drunk Drivers Texas staff and volunteers to save lives by stepping up enforcement against impaired driving during one of the busiest travel days of the year. MAD Texas encourages everyone to plan ahead. If you're going to drink, designate a DD, a designated driver, a sober driver, using a rideshare service, or taking public transportation. Remember, impaired driving doesn't just risk your life, it impairs everyone on the road. Consequences of a DUI can be life-altering, from legal penalties to the loss of lives. Let's be safe out there this weekend. Fire up the marching bands. It's time. It's that time of year. We'll talk about Friday Night Lights because sports is next. We'll be right back.
BCB is located in Mansfield, Texas. Started with a vision back about 11 years ago. Came to the conclusion one day that it was time to start a trucking company. Everybody in this company really does care about one another. Trucking is the backbone of this country. But what we do is absolutely paramount to the success of this country's survival.
Welcome back to the Mansfield Pulse. In sports, fire up the marching bands, the cheerleaders, the home teams. It's time for Friday Night Lights.
Starting this weekend and for the next 11 weeks, the boys from Lake Ridge, Legacy, Summit, Timberview, and your Mansfield Tigers will hit the gridiron in hopes of taking home the coveted state championship title. First game of the year is this Thursday night. Timberview will host Dallas Kimball at Newsom Stadium.
And under the lights this Friday night, Lake Ridge plays Frisco Reedy at Newsom. Legacy hosts Justin Northwest at R.L. Anderson. Summit travels to Louisville while your Mansfield Tigers hit the road to Mesquite. All games home and away for the entire season start at 7 p.m.
Volleyball is also starting Tuesday.
Volleyball is starting as well.
Every Tuesday and Friday night, the girls play, so don't forget that as well.
Joe, what's happening with the Business Alliance?
Well, we've had a lot of great ribbon cuttings, a lot of great events, but we've got a big one tomorrow night, Thursday, August 29th from 5 to 7 at Palmer Care Chiropractic. We've got a ribbon cutting and a business after hours. So if you want to learn more about the Mansfield Business Alliance, network with fellow business owners, or just find out about Palmer Care Chiropractic and what they're doing over there, swing on by. It's at 701 East Debbie Lane, Suite 113.
That's it.
That's what we got.
All right. For more information, where can they find more information?
They can go to mansfieldbusinessalliance.org.
And just a reminder, it comes out every Wednesday is the About Mansfield podcast, your local source for news, talk, and information. You can find it on the website at aboutmansfield.com. That, my friends, is the Mansfield Pulse. I'm Steve Casillo. He's Joe Jenkins. Coming up after the break, Mike and Lynn will unleash a talk with Sebastian. We'll be right back.
Are you looking to navigate technology with confidence? Are you exposed to unnecessary risks? Technology shouldn't be this hard. At TaylorMade Tech, we understand the unique challenges businesses face. Our tech advisors specialize in working closely with you. With TaylorMade, you'll have the support you need from implementation to ongoing maintenance. Contact TaylorMade Tech Advisors today for a free technology audit and discover the difference TaylorMade solutions can make for you.
When families break apart, it's the children who feel it the most. For over 20 years, Harris Cook Law has been dedicated to handling divorce, child custody, child support, and spousal support cases. We know that the welfare of your children is your top priority. It's ours too. At Harris Cook Law, we work tirelessly to protect your family's future and bring peace to your children's lives. Harris Cook Law. Experience, compassion, results. Call us today.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Lisa and Second Chance Dog Rescue with Sebastian today. And you know what? We always are so happy with the animals that you bring to us.
Absolutely.
Lisa, who do we have? We got
We have
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Tell us about Sebastian.
He's about a year old.
Okay.
He's a little lab shepherd mix.
Mhm.
He's just amazing. He is the perfect blend of energy. He knows how to be a puppy. He knows how to sit on the sofa nicely and just chill. He walks well on a leash. He does well with cats, with dogs.
Oh,
with
with cats,
kids.
and all right.
I mean, like, he is just perfect.
All around dog.
Sit down, Sebastian. He's fully
Sit.
vetted.
Okay.
So when he is just awesome. Perfect pet companion for any family.
You know what? Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
He's the perfect size and already being a year old, so he's going to stay this size.
Yeah, he's full grown.
And he is a beautiful black dog. And you were telling me how black dogs are the last to get adopted, but I
That is
don't
so
understand.
sad. Yeah.
And cats as
It
well.
is true. It is true. The black dogs and the black cats typically have the hardest time getting adopted. So
But-
right now we have
you
we have
go, buddy.
quite a few of the black dogs, and they're just beautiful. Their
They're
coat
just
is so shiny and
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah.
But it is a thing, and they have such a hard time getting adopted.
Because Sebastian is beautiful.
I was going to
and
say, and
well-behaved.
well behaved, and knows how to sit and all that good stuff. Sebastian's a great dog. And listen, we want you. I mean, as you see how we are getting along with this beautiful puppy, we want you to adopt Sebastian. So just look there, scan the QR code, and you know what? Let's give Sebastian a home. And Lisa, thank you all for the great work.
Oh, let's give some of that test
Now,
right now.
you always are looking for volunteers, am I right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
There's never a shortage of work. We get probably about 15 emails a day asking for help with pets.
Okay.
So it's
There you go,
the
buddy.
need in our community
There you
is really large. We are out in the county. We're not part of the city municipal
Right.
area, but it's astronomical right now. But if you look on our website, www.scdrm.com, you will see volunteer links. You will see adoption links. Fosters, we're always looking for fosters. These guys, even if you can't commit to adopting, you can foster a dog. It helps them learn manners, and it just helps prepare them for going home. So always needing help.
And you also had your Amazon wish list.
Yes,
right?
we
You
have our
did. You
Amazon
had
wish
that.
list, which these are freeze-dried liver, which
Awesome, in
doesn't
my
smell
pocket.
good, but definitely, it's a great motivator.
Freeze-dried liver, yum. My
So-
favorite.
Scan the QR code and let's make it happen today.
Yeah.
Let's adopt a beautiful puppy like Sebastian.
And I think we'll be right back after
Yes,
these
we
messages.
will. You're a good puppy, man.
Maybe we'll be back.
Jones, and I'm your Women's Health Nurse Navigator. Texas Hospital Mansfield offers comprehensive breast, obstetric, and gynecological care. Whether you need to schedule an annual exam, a minimally invasive gynecological surgery, or a mammogram, you can count on me to make this process an easy one. For more information, please visit our website or give me a call. I look forward to walking alongside you throughout your healthcare journey.
Welcome to AG1 Cleaning Services, a commercial cleaning company with over 30 years experience.
When people ask me, what's your favorite? Everything is amazing. Whether it's steak, whether it's seafood. The seafood here is amazing. We're very lucky to have some of the finest, the chefs, management. Our server team is among some of the best out there.
Hi, I'm William Cletus, president of Solving the Maze. Solving the Maze is an A to Z managed service provider. We cover everything from basic tech support to project services in every single area of information technology. Additionally, one of our focuses as a managed service provider is putting the word service first. Solving the Maze makes sure that you see the face. It's not just remote support all the time. We're going to come on site. We're going to help you. We're going to engage. You're going to see a face.
All right, so welcome back. We have had an outstanding show on today. It's been a great time. As you can see, Lynn's going to be celebrating. she'll
Yeah.
celebrate with the
So
red
after the
wine.
show, this is for after the show because I have a really big corkscrew.
And of course, for all the church people, you know, pastor's teetotaler. So
Yes.
Lynn's
He has a
Lynn's
hot
doing
cup
her
of
thing.
tea.
Right. My job is to watch her and make sure she does drinks in
You
moderation.
keeping me under control on a Wednesday morning.
That's right. We've had a great show today, haven't we?
We have,
Learned
Mike.
a lot. Learned
It's
a lot.
been so much fun being here with you.
Well, I
these past
appreciate
few
you.
weeks.
It's been fun being with you too.
I think it gets better every week.
I believe so too, you know, and
And
we appreciate the kind comments. that we receive from everyone. And of course, the level of education that we get. I mean, I didn't
You
know.
educate me every day.
Well, listen, today I didn't know anything about a lactation consultant, and that is very important. And
Very
I
important.
can
And
see
there's so
why.
much more to learn about that. And
It
of course,
is.
you know, we could have gone on forever with Chef Derek.
You know,
Yeah.
I tell you what, we're going to be sampling Chef Derek's food.
I'm excited
So we
about
are
that.
going to go on with him some more. So we look forward to that. And of course, we couldn't do this without our outstanding sponsors. We've appreciated that Texas
Yes.
Health,
Texas Health
Mansfield, and Meehan's, and others, that Yellowstone, and others that serve as
Yes.
our sponsors. And the list goes on and on and on.
It
So
does.
thank you all so much as well. And you know what? In Mansfield, we don't ever say goodbye. What do we say, Lynn?
We say hello, Mansfield.
Hello, Mansfield. Go out and make it a great rest of the day. God bless you. And thank you again. Tune in next Wednesday. We look
At
forward to
7
seeing
a.m.
you. Yes, 7 a.m. All right. Thank you, guys. Y'all
Bye-bye.
have a good one.
Bye.
All right.